my favorite of these voices of resistance, these voices that are suddenly starting to say, you know, this is bad, this isn't working. It is in Portland. Portland's mayor, what is his name? Ted Wheeler. Portland's mayor, who is also their police chief. I want to play cut 5 first. This is back in September of last year when they're still rioting in Portland, right? They're rioting like every night. They're burning Portland to ground. It's not a riot. It's a mostly peaceful riot. It's a mostly peaceful burning of things and intimidating of people and taking over of a society and ruining a city. It's mostly peaceful as they're doing that. But Wheeler, last year in September, this was how he was going to deal with it.
It's time for everyone to reduce the violence in our community. We all want change. We all have the opportunity and the obligation to create change. We all want to focus on the fundamental issue at hand, justice for Black people and all people of color. That's why, as police commissioner, effective immediately and until further notice, I'm directing the Portland Police Bureau to end the use of CS gas for crowd control.
This is him 2 days ago after this has gone on and on and on, cut 4.
We must stand together as a community against this ongoing criminal intimidation and violence. They want to burn, they want to bash, they want to intimidate, they want to assault. These people often arrive at their so-called direct actions in cars, and they're all dressed in all black. If you see this, call the police. If you can provide a license plate, if you can do so safely, that information can help later.
Turn them in. If anybody's wearing black, just turn them in. You know, throw the gas. Bring back why'd you stop the gas? You told us I don't just throw the gas. What can't continue won't continue. People are leaving these states. People are leaving California. In the latest census, California lost. California, Illinois, Michigan, New York, Ohio, they all lost a seat. California is paradise. You have to work really, really hard to ruin paradise, but we did it once, and they're doing it again in California. They did it in the Garden of Eden, and now they're doing it in California. People are leaving. Take a look outside at Nashville. There are so many cranes. They say that a crane is the Nashville bird, the Nashville city bird, because they're building so much because people are coming in from L.A. You know, this just goes on and on and on. And meanwhile, what Antifa says, right? They have a website called Crime Think. Crime Think is one of their websites. And Dan Henninger was writing about this in the Wall Street Journal. He quoted them. They say, this is what you put yourself in a weaker bargaining position by spelling out from the beginning the least it would take to appease you. It's smarter to appear implacable. So you want to come to terms? Make us an offer. In the meantime, we'll be here blocking the freeway and setting things on fire. Don't negotiate. What Henninger says is that Joe Biden is doing the same thing. He's not negotiating with anybody. He just wants more and more and more. He wants to spend and spend and spend. This spending, remember, it doesn't just cost you money. It costs jobs because they can only, the government can create half as many jobs per dollar, creates half as many jobs as a business creates, right? It goes through all those hands, the tax collector, the bureaucrats, the program, and all these different hands. They create half as many jobs as a guy who just says, I'll hire this guy and pay him a living wage. So everything they're doing, it costs money, it costs jobs, and it costs freedom. And that's the most important thing. Once the government is giving you stuff, nothing is free. Nothing is free. Once Joe Biden is giving you daycare and he's giving you, paid leave, and he's giving you someone to come and take care of your children so mothers don't have to be mothers anymore. Once he's doing that, he's in control. They're in control. And this is why America has had a lesser safety net, a smaller, more directed safety net than all of the European countries. And this is why our economy is now bouncing back. It's raging back. While Joe Biden is claiming it's a crisis, it's raging back while Europe's is stagnating. It is not time to give up hope. As I always tell you, you can lose a fight, but you can't win a surrender. You can lose a fight, but you cannot win a surrender. There are voices speaking up. There are forces in play. There is a midterm election coming up. There are forces in play that may foil this plan, but this is a plan. This is a plan to turn this into a socialist country. Those of you who've been listening to me for years, I'm pretty relaxed about this. I'm never calling crisis. I'm not saying this is a crisis. This is what they want. This is the left in charge. These are the people who have ruined everything they've touched, anywhere they've touched it, forever. They are now running the show, but the resistance does exist.